we're diving into our 2026 goal setting series. It's January. We're all getting our goals on. And we're going to start off this video talking about identity-focused goals. You've likely been accustomed to talking about process-oriented goals, like I want to get 10,000 steps today, or maybe an outcome-focused goal, like I want to lose 20 pounds of body fat. An identity-focused goal is not going to be contrasting to that. It's going to actually assist in you reaching those goals long-term. So an identity-focused goal asks one question: who is the type of person that would naturally get the result that I want? It allows yourself to be very objective and almost put yourself in a theoretical, better version of yourself and think, what would that person do in this situation? What would that person shop for at the grocery store? What would that person do if they really don't want to go for a walk, but they know they need to hit their 8,000 steps that day? It's really a framing exercise that allows you to envision your long-term success. So as the name implies, you are literally trying to rewire your defaults, rewire your identity. And why this is so impactful is because long-term, if we can reduce the friction between where you're at and making a good choice and making it just feel like the organic choice, you're going to be a lot more successful. Anytime something aligns with what you naturally feel, it's not going to feel like work. If you think of yourself as someone who's a good person, who's a caring person, you don't think about putting your grocery cart back when you go to the supermarket. You just do it. You don't think, I really don't want to do this, but I guess I'll do it. It's an alignment with what you want to do, so you end up just doing it by default. And one of the pushbacks we've gotten, and even things I think about when we explain these concepts to clients, is, well, if that was my identity already, I wouldn't be having these problems. The issue arises, I don't feel like that's my identity. I do feel like there's friction between where I currently am and who I want to become. And that's where this idea from James Clear, which is where I first heard identity-focused goals from, he adds an additional idea talking about a vote of confidence. Every single time you do that thing that's kind of incongruent with your future best self, again, what would a lean person eat at this office party? Every small action you do is a vote for that new identity. So I get that it's hard initially. Habit change is not easy for any of us, regardless of what the habit is. But you can think of it as that way. Every single time you work out when you don't want to, every single time you meal prep when you don't want to, every single time you don't go back for more desserts, you are making a vote for the person you want to become. So as a practice here, you can think about a handful of things you do each day that is in alignment with that new person you're trying to become. And you can ask yourself, did I show up today as the person I'm trying to become? And there could be endless ways you find votes of confidence. Maybe you ate a healthy breakfast. Maybe you skipped out on your daily latte. Maybe you went for a walk at lunch. But having this reflection really helps you build confidence that you can become that newer, healthier, stronger, whatever goal you have, version of yourself. And this is so important for long-term process because outcome goals will change. Even if you have a great outcome goal, like you want to lose 20 pounds in 2026, and you do that, let's say in 5 months, guess what? Your new goal is going to be maybe to maintain that or to do a CrossFit class or do Pilates. And there's no shortage of people who actually can accomplish an outcome-based goal. We see this very often. People will do 75 hard, or they'll do a bodybuilding show, or they'll do the CrossFit Open. And this is not meant to be a shame video, but a lot of people will do that thing. It'll be a big moment for them. They're very happy. They'll kind of just fall off. We'll see these people 4 years later. They don't even exercise. They don't even think about diet at all. And there could be 1,000 reasons for why that is, but think of it in the context of this video. It doesn't matter if it is a bodybuilding show or running or pickleball with your friends. If you're an active person, you're going to find something to do with that activity. The bodybuilding show or the CrossFit Open was just one thing in this never-ending list of something because that's who you are to the core. So there's nothing wrong with chasing those outcome-based goals. I do all the time. I like to sign up for races, set goals in the gym that I want to hit because it keeps me engaged. Ultimately, I know to make long-term progress, and most importantly, to make the process enjoyable and less like a chore, I need my identity to be in alignment with those things. And that's it for our first video of our goal setting series for 2026, discussing identity focused goals. Hopefully this kind of helps you set the table for then thinking about outcome focused goals and process oriented goals, which we'll dive into future videos. I know this is a little bit esoteric of an idea, but I really do think it can be revolutionary for some people. We've had clients who have lost like over 100 pounds, and we think about who they were when they came to us as far as just their daily practices, how they grocery shopped, how they slept, habits they had around like mindless eating, and then where they were 2 or 3 years later. It's literally like a different person. And I don't mean this to be dramatic. It's because they kind of are a different person. Like almost nothing they do over here when they lost 100 pounds resembles how they behaved over here. They truly transformed that. And I'll end on this point that I get it. It is hard to be 350 pounds and think, well, I just want to be 250. Let me just act like a 250-pound person. That's a challenging task. But it really does just start one day and 1 week at a time. You build that confidence there. Other clients have done it with weight loss, with strength, with performance goals. And I do think that's a critical piece. The more you can think of yourself, not just who you are today, but what would someone with a similar goal who has achieved that goal, what would they do in a situation? That really allows you to slow down and think, okay, if this is who I want to become, now I have to behave like that. All right. So that's it for this video. We'll see you guys next week.